Have you ever wondered about Baja California's democracy? Well, here's a short video of how it works, what it is, how it has progressed over the years, and how it is now.
Democracy is a cornerstone of equality and active participation, shaping Mexico's political and social progress. Baja California, often called the Cradle of democracy, has played a key role in advancing this system. For decades, Mexico was under the priest one-party rule sustained by concentrated power and electoral fraud. But rising citizen dissatisfaction drove reforms that opened the door to fairer elections. Baja California became a turning point when it elected Mexico's first opposition governor, breaking the priest dominance. This marked the rise of the PAN, which transformed Mexican politics and positioned Baja California as a leader in democratic change. The PAN strategy allowed it to dominate the state for years, adapting to political realities and proving democracy could thrive. Still, challenges persist. Reforms have increased transparency, but issues like voter apathy and institutional flaws remain. Baja California's journey reflects the broader story of Mexico's fight to strengthen its democracy.
Mexico was long thought to be a democratic country, but it wasn't until the mid-90s. From the revolution until that time, Mexico was a one-party state dominated by the PRI, which controlled elections through fraud and managed resources to ensure its grip on power. The president held significant authority, causing widespread discontent and leading to protests that sparked the transition to democracy through electoral reforms. In 1989, Baja California became the first state governed by an opposition party, the PAN, marking a shift in the country's political landscape. Over time, the PAN adapted and consolidated its power, demonstrating how political parties and campaigns evolve. This transformation has made democracy a central issue in Mexico's ongoing political discourse.
In the 1970s, Mexico's National Action Party, or PAN, started gaining more traction, setting a political stage for a political shift in Baja California. By the 1980s, PAN was reinventing itself, attracting new supporters and strengthening leadership. This transformation led to a breakthrough in 1989 when Ernesto Ruffalo won the Ensenada election with 47% of the votes, marking a big major victory in PAN's history. PAN's success was fueled by strategic alliances with influential businessmen, leaders, and groups like CONAPERMEX, which helped secure resources and solidifying the party's position. Ruffalo's presidency was focused on organizational growth and financial consolidation. In 1995, Héctor Hernández landslide victory with 60.9% of the votes, further cemented PAN's dominance in Baja California. But by 2019, a political shift happened. Left-wing parties like Morena gained the ground, and Jaime Bonilla defeated PAN with 53.38% of the voting, ending more of the 3 decades PAN rule. This marked the rise in new political movements and the shift away from PAN's conservative ideals.
In 1994, Baja California implemented key political reforms, including allowing the re-election of deputies and creating the State Electoral Institute, aiming for greater citizen involvement and fair elections. These changes were part of a broader movement toward democracy in Mexico under President Carlos Salinas. In the 2000s, the rise of opposition parties strengthened democracy, and in 2014, further reforms ensured gender equality and better representation for small parties. However, by 2018-2019, Baja California faced serious challenges, including low voter turnout, which hit a record of 70.25% abstention rate in 2019. This, combined with weak institutions and issues like fraud and vote buying, exposed ongoing problems in the state's democratic process, diminishing public trust and engagement.
Overall, the history of democracy in Mexico and Baja California has been complex, shaped by political shifts, reforms, and challenges. For much of the 20th century, Mexico was dominated by the PRI, with manipulation and fraud controlling the political landscape. In the 90s, significant reforms opened the system to competition and citizen participation. Baja California became a key example of this change, breaking away from police control in 1989 under Ernesto Rufo's leadership. However, the rise of new parties like Morena introduced new tensions and competition. Baja California's evolving political landscape highlights the ongoing need for reforms, political engagement, and citizen involvement to ensure a fair democracy. While progress has been made, challenges like voter apathy and institutional weaknesses remain, emphasizing the importance of continued political development for the future of our country and the state.